All right, that's essentially what we're going to be doing here. You're looking at some charts, getting ready for the week ahead. Now, quickly, let me remind you that JPM went 1,000% twice on Friday. It went from here and it went from here. So, point being, be aware of your premiums. What does that mean if you're new and you have no idea? Look, we are playing a premium price into expiration. So, I had not taken any JPM prior to earnings because the premiums looked too juiced, meaning they were too pricey, and the only thing that made sense was about the 230. Now it was clearly not going to go to 230 overnight from 212. So I waited, filled at 4 cents, wrote it, and then wrote it again, and I actually wrote it 3 times. What a beautiful trade. And just goes to show that it is important to follow premiums, because essentially you're not trading the chart, you're trading the price of the option contract. So very important to remember. Same thing here. These UPST 46s ran 1,000%. Now, granted, they didn't even move from here to here. Like, no movement on the 46s. Once they had established a new range, they absolutely exploded. Okay? So again, trade your premiums. In this market, I wouldn't recommend front loading anything at all. If you think something's gonna go, look at the chart. When it starts going, jump in. Always remember your stop loss, okay? Because sometimes you can even get stopped out, let's say, but if the trade is still valid, you can jump in again. But you don't want to be in a situation where you front loaded something and a stock decides to change range, burn those upper premiums, and then you don't catch the move. Good example, Meta on Friday. Quickly early on, it looked like 610 is not going to happen, or 600. So I loaded 587 and a halves, and it waited all day, and we're quite close to we're an hour and a half out of expiration, and then they pushed it. So we're gonna start with Meta. I still think a lot of these names have a move in them, and I'll go over seasonality and what I think will happen with SPY. But this would not have hung out here for a week while killing the Stow. Now again, if you need some in-depth stuff on the Stow or this and that, I recommend you check out the Moon Landing trading course. I go over all of this stuff that I use for trading, the psychology and the technical aspect in that trading course. That's why I made it for you guys who want to take this to the next level. Now, we're holding the daily 9 here. We've got a dead Stow. I would give this a couple of days, and across the board here is going to be a couple of days. Personally, I think the move's going to be Wednesday into Friday next week. And usually the market will consolidate, and you can always scalp, but once it starts moving, that's when you got to pour on the gas and not just be hoping that you break even. Okay? So for 75% of the time, the last few weeks or months, this market is just chopping. It'll pull a move, a few fake out or head fakes, and then it'll pay you. So if you're patient and you're not bagged by that time, you can make some money. Nvidia, same setup. I mean, I've traded Nvidia for a long time. Cup, once it starts doing this shit, it'll have another move in it. Same as Meta. This one, however, different sectors, however related. We caught this here, right? Last Friday, we swung those 125s all the way to here. That was a beautiful trade. This is a legitimate breakout. Looks like into earnings, it'll come and backtest that and then go even higher and hit my price target of end of year of 150 with ease. But yeah, Meta, different type of beast. Clearly, they juiced the premiums a little, and that's how you have to view it. Okay, is there premium juice in here? Are they gonna do it again? What's going on? And you can always ask me for specific flow on different stuff or DP. Now, granted, flow trade is still out. I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully they bring it online, or I'm gonna have to look elsewhere for that real-time data. Now, Amazon, interesting, said they had their biggest day in October, but this was just the second time they did it. Let's see if this can go and sniff the Bezos sell wall of 200. Here, this can run independently, so keep this on watch. Now, there's a lot of puts for November 15th on this thing. So clearly a breakout, going to check this prior hold. Looks like it's resistance. If this can hold a backtest of the daily 9, I'll take it. Wouldn't be surprised if it comes down. That Stoke came up really fast, is turning over. I'll play this into election, never mind. All right, TSM, huge deal this week. They have earnings. It's already up here, and that's the crazy thing, right? Last earnings, it dipped all the way down to the 160s here post earnings, and then you had this generational dip buying opportunity. Now, the interesting name about the thing about this name is AMD said they're going to be making all their new chips and all of that, so that guidance should be good, and you're probably looking at all-time highs here, and the chips are going to move on it obviously on Thursday. Keep Thursday in mind. Now, IBM had crazy movement, then dumped after hours all the way down to here actually, so I don't know why I even have that up. Yom Kippur is over. Let's see if this holds 600. My plan was to short this name on no action. I think this might actually be a dead cat. Looking at LMT shorts, obviously need the word. I think Israel is just gonna do something that looks good in the headlines, not any actual action. SoFi caught 150% on this. I mean, the gains on Friday were insane. Won't be touching this. Hood. Now listen, I'm not affiliated with them. Hood week. I would, with the news of TD being caught for laundering cartel money and all this shit, if you don't have a Hood account, open a Hood account and make it a cash account so that you can scalp some zero DTs. Okay, this name, I mean, we started trading this a year and a half ago when when this was down at 9 here. Okay, it's come a long way and it's going higher. Don't believe me? Believe me. This will be the main broker, and this thing is gonna go all the way. If you want to go long on something and buy shares, buy this shit. That weekly looks like an absolute rocket, and it's probably gonna go higher, so we'll be trading this. Now, I said last week, if IWM doesn't go at the end of this week, it's gonna wait till January. Now, very interesting with these shitty names. I mean, you know, I love my UPST and I want to ride it to 70 again. That is a cup pullback. Now we're working on the handle. So the Fed, why is Thursday very important? It's the ECB possible rate cut. If they do it again, and it's a smaller cut, that puts them at 3 cuts and Fed at 1. Now there's 2 more Fed meetings this year. The only one who's spoken against not cutting at both meetings was Bostic last Friday, who killed our zero DTE vibe for a sec there. But we came back strong. Microsoft will be an absolute winner into end of year. It is, after all, the second biggest company, or third right now, with a market cap of 3 trillion. It's been chilling big time. This is gonna go up. There's no way this is just gonna fucking dive bomb here. And if it does, I'll probably buy shares or long options at 373. But that's a reversal. Look at the Stow, look at the MACD, look at where this is a higher low. This is gonna go if you wanna go swinging. Tesla, I took a starter only to monitor premiums, but then they moved the earnings date, so I'm going to roll out. I still have a ghost candle all the way up to here. When does it come? Who knows? But once this starts running, it'll run for days. So definitely on watch. And that daily, clearly they just killed the premiums here big time, and they're gonna run it up again. Apple, main watch, you got a double inside day. Double inside day on Apple. That is as spicy as 6 million Scoville units in the eye. This shit's going to move. Now again, if you follow premiums and patterns, you're seeing these guys kind of basing after that run. Apple hasn't done a lot. There's one more push in this market before we start a pullback. So let's look at what do we got. We got SPY here. Okay, looking spicy. We've met all the price targets. We had a trend change on Friday. Okay, but we're doing this. So this market, you gotta trade this on instinct at this point. Okay, this is like, I've never seen fuckery in this market. I'm just glad I haven't entered my long puts yet. And any pullback will look like this. You're gonna have like 3 to 5 days of full panic, and then they're gonna buy it up again. I don't think we even go through this type of thing. It's gonna be swift. So here's an interesting thing. Bollinger Band. Closed over a Bollinger Band. See what I'm doing? I am going back and I am looking, has it ever had a continuation above a Bollinger Band? Because that would be a first. It would be a first. There, it's done it once. Okay, so a year and a half back, half-assed attempt. So what is my point here? My point is, if we don't go lower this week, I will eat my beard. However, take that with a grain of beard oil, because I just think we're gonna go retest. I don't even know if we get to the 21, honestly, guys, and I'll show you why. I will buy here, and I will buy a rocket back up. That's all this market needs. It is election season, optics, there's way bigger shit going on, meaning the dollar and BRICS and everything, that will really put this entity called the United States in danger. Keep in mind, if you're new, I still have a pre-market all-time high on QQQ, meaning a ghost, at 505 that needs to hit. Now, usually Dow Jones hits all-time high first, check, then S&P 500, check, then QQQ. That's how the mechanism works. Okay, now it's a lot of fucking calls, excuse my French. That is very rare. So we're not overbought yet. I know. How can it be? It can be because you can have trend consolidation through time rather than a dip. This is ready to absolutely moon. Now on Monday the bond market is closed and a lot of retail traders will be out because they maxed out their cash accounts on Saturday. So what does that mean? That means low volume. What do they love to do with low volume? Sometimes they move the market, sometimes they don't. QQQ inside day. I think we could have a little bit of action on Monday. I'll see if we can get some 0 DTEs. And then my tactic is to load Wednesday afternoon once they kill the premiums, I'm going to load some In the Money Friday and catch that and play all, whether it's Apple or JPM again or UPST or Meta or Nvidia. I will load individuals then. Okay, so Monday early low, Tuesday early low, Wednesday early low, Thursday early high, Friday early high. Okay, and this week for the full moon circle I'll be discussing premiums. Now let's take a look at some other stuff here that is of interest. So I told you about IWM, right? Now, how do you know when a top is in? Let me show you. Let's go to this gap fill candle. Where is it? There it is. This is how you spot a top. When you go in and you get a giant juice candle that is killed, that means somebody gave someone the bag. Okay, until you see that on SPY or you have a tremendous gap down with continuation, the short-term top is not in. Are we gonna go way beyond your imagination next year? Yes. Are we gonna go higher? Yes. Are we gonna get a dip? Yes. Okay, so very interesting here. I'm looking at, I don't prefer unusual whales over or even traded ticks over flow trade, but hopefully we get it back. Nevertheless, again, if you're trading, day trading, always keep an eye on the tick and how it reacts to the market. But yeah, IWM, there's a chance we get another push here. I'll show you why in a second, but it could be ready to go here. I mean, it's got all the hallmarks of trying to push, right? Bitcoin, nice flag. US oil, whatever. VIX, we want to fill this gap next week. Then it can do a final bounce, and that is your dip, and then it will most likely implode. Now the VIX, a lot of people think is the volatility index. This just prices options. That's why you got to be very careful and not front load shit and really play the premiums, because when the VIX is this high, premiums act completely different and decay more than when the VIX is at 12. When the VIX is at 12, you can load, sit there and then fucking just sell it. When the VIX is at 20, your premiums are gonna decay a lot. Okay? And again, something no one will tell you. I'll tell you. So keep that in mind. Now the dollar has just been rising, just like the 10-year after this cut. Soon they're gonna have to smack these, or the market will probably just implode on that alone. Okay, so that's where we're sitting. Now I wanted to show you guys some other stuff. Here's the NASDAQ seasonality chart, and I'm expecting a rotation. We're here, so this is the dip I'm looking for next week, and then slow chug up, and then obviously take rally with all the earnings and you know, the election. Now here's IWM, and this is the pop we've had just now. This will be quite look, they need to do a major exit liquidity move in all of these shit stocks that belong to the Russell, because all of it's going to be eaten up by AI. Okay, here is a regular SPX thing. You've just had this here, so again also showing a dip. Now very interesting, here's the sports calendar that Todd's greeted us. We did have that upside last week, so it looks a little volatile early. You see this dip and then a rip. This is what we want to catch. Why is next week important? Well, it is OPEX week, and it is also VIXpiration. So here again, we've just had this pop here. Now at this point in time, I would take this election chart with a grain of salt, because we have not a sitting president, nor is it all election years. And again, here's that guy that keeps delivering. Okay, but either way, we're looking at a mega rally end of year. They might front run it though, so gotta kind of be on our toes. Now let's look at next week real quick here. Hold on, let me check something. All right, Monday bond market is where's Monday? Okay, we got China data today. We'll see how China, we'll talk about China before we wrap up. But anyways, next week is the last week before you need to be really careful. We have OPEX this week on Friday. We also have the full moon on Thursday. So look, you will have the expiration, full moon, ECB, and you will have OPEX right there. So essentially you got to view this as a 4-day week. Monday, bond market's closed. You get Kashkari, Waller, could give you something. As you see, not a lot put in. Maybe we'll catch some news trades. I'm probably just gonna look at what the GEX is showing me and take a trade probably end of the day. I think open, I'm gonna be gone mid of the day, so don't be sitting there wondering where I am. I'm just gonna take it easy, do an open and closing trade. Tuesday we're back. We're starting with Canadian CPI forecasted to come in the same. We got Daly. She's been very bullish. Kugler's been bullish. We got consumer expectations, so a little bit of spice there. Now Wednesday, again, what happens on Wednesday? Well, on Wednesdays they kill the premium contracts after lunch, so wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of action, but you know, in the end of the day, reason being earnings. I'll get back to that. Okay, then Thursday is going to be interesting, because after hours on Wednesday you have European inflation rate. Are they going to actually come in under 2%? That would be not only filled with hot steaming shit from the bull, but pretty impressive if they can pull that off. We should send the market, and then if that happens, you are going to have a rate cut that is being priced in, plus retail sales and jobs. So Wednesday into Thursday you could be looking at a gap and go, and we do have an early high on Thursday. And usually when you get an early high on Thursday, if the conditions are ripe, you rally all day. Okay, this is why I put together these market analyses, so that you can take notes, prepare yourself for whatever the pattern does. Does it play out or fail? Okay, and then we got some auctions, mortgage rates. This is going to be huge then end of day Thursday. They're really packing it in for Thursday for full moon, guys. If this is hot, the market is dead. Okay. And Friday, Bostik, Kashkari, Waller, Bostik again. Bostik was not bullish on Friday, and that's our week. So our week, we're gonna have 48 hours of mayhem, so it's probably gonna start off pretty chill. Now, earnings season. Are you gonna play earnings? Not for the first week. We've had 2 earnings season with whatever they've pulled out of their ass, we've guided down. Does that continue? We'll be watching Bank of America, which is in trouble, by the way. J&J and Citibank. I saw some Citigroup calls come in. Probably flush either Goldman Sachs Last time I tried this flush Schwab, I remember that didn't work out. Unlike JPM this Friday. We'll be trading my usual shit. Keep an eye on this. This is going to be very important for chips. And then obviously this is the big daddy this week. I don't care about Netflix. Besides, it will probably move a lot and get continuation to whichever way it does. Very interesting that they moved Tesla's earnings. Tesla and Netflix has for always reported on the same day. PG is gonna be a IV flush, I already know it. So earnings season is starting. It's gonna get spicy. We got election. A good rule to follow now into once we've established that a rally has started is with every trade, ask yourself, will this trade benefit my family? And if you're not like instantly yes and you're trading on instinct, wait for the next trade. We had a fantastic week, guys. Let's build on it. Let's be careful. Let's be selective. I will be talking about premiums in the Full Moon Circle on Tuesday, and God bless, and I will see you on Monday. And then I'll be on for open and close, and then Tuesday through Friday I'll be on. All right, guys, God bless.
Space Shuttle Atlantis. Mission until resupply and research. International Space Station. Now control Atlantis begins its penultimate journey ashore on the International Space Station. Atlantis almost 2 miles in altitude, almost 6 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center already, traveling 500 miles an hour.
Welcome, I'm Mr. Moontrain, and this is the Moon Landing Trading Course. I'm coming at you from my garden in Hawaii, and first of all, I want to congratulate you on being here and doing something about your situation. Huge. Now listen up, this is not going to be a regular trading course, but that's why you're here, am I right? Today, we're going to go over the 5 areas every trader needs to master and conquer in order to become successful and profitable.